Good morning, my friends. Welcome to our New Testament challenge. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some thoughts and reflections from the book of 1 Timothy chapter 6. 1 Timothy chapter 6. So Paul, at the very end of the letter, has some last things he wants to remind Timothy about. He says, those who are under yoke of slavery regard their masters as worthy of all honor, so that the name of God and teaching may not be blasphemed. Again, we have a different understanding of slavery. But he's basically, and I guess for us, what we could do would be, okay, for our bosses, for those in authority, those in power above us, treat them as if they were godly people, whether they are or not. Our call is to treat them with respect for the position, for the authority that they have. That is a good thing. Then he talks about teaching. He says, teach these things. Teach that is in things that are in accordance with godliness. He says, not those that are conceited, understanding nothing, have a morbid craving for controversy and for disputes about words. From these come envy, dissension, slander, base suspicions, and wrangling among those who are deprived in mind and benefit of the truth. There are a lot of teachers in today's society who thrive off of controversy, who thrive off of conflict. They feel like only when they have upset people are they doing what they're called to do. Got to speak the truth. Well, yes, my friend, I understand that, but you can speak the truth in love. You do not have to be overly confrontive, overly conflictual, overly just downright rude. And a lot of people, a lot of pastors, a lot of teachers right now are just rude. And I don't think it honors God at all. And Paul is kind of what he's saying here. He talks about the rich. He says, there is a temptation there. He says, verse 10, this is one of the most memorable verses. For the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. And in their eagerness to be rich, some have wandered away from the faith. Remember, love of money, not money itself, but love of money, or lust of money, is the root of all evil. Later on, he says, okay, if they are rich, good for them. They are to do good, to be rich in good works, to be generous and ready to share. Kind of familiar with what I preached on this last Sunday. What are you going to do with what God has given you? Whether it's a lot or it's a little. What are you going to do? How are you going to use the resources that God has given you? How will you honor Him with that? Fight the good fight of faith. I love that. He said, for you, men of God, shun all this. Pursue righteousness, godliness, faith, love, endurance, gentleness. He keeps bringing back the whole gentleness thing. That's just something that's a word that's really sticking in my mind right now. Be gentle with people. There's a lot out there that's, people, they deal with harshness and rudeness and crass, and they deal with that all the time. They get that all the time. What they're not getting is gentleness. And we, as people of God, followers of Christ, are called to be gentle. So, a lot of good stuff here in this last chapter. Hope you got something out of it. Take care, my friends. We'll talk to you tomorrow.